I'm here with the 2023 senior men's classic champion, Mr. William Ripley. Come on, talk to us about being a champion again. This is your second time around, ain't it?
It is. It's a lot different than the first time. The first time was in 2009 in the regular division.
Classic division. Yeah.
I remember when I was, I don't know, maybe like 23. And I heard the story of Bill Rhodman. And it was just always a tournament that I wanted to win. And early in my 20s, I came in third back-to-back years. And then it was maybe 10 years later that I finally got a chance to get to the title match. And I finally won it. And it meant a lot only because I liked his story. Right. You know, it had nothing to do with the money or anything else. I just wanted to win this event.
Yes.
I've won a lot of tournaments, but this is the one that every year I would get excited for. I have the butterflies. We used to go on Friday nights, remember?
Yep, sure did, yep.
I always wanted to win, so when I finally won, it was like a big, huge relief. So today, winning today, it feels a little bit different, a different division. Get older now, just happy I can still hold,
Facts, I said that.
At a pretty high level, right?
Yeah.
I know as people get older, physical things happen.
Yeah.
The way I throw the ball hasn't really changed over the years. I haven't lost any ball speed.
Right.
I've been lucky. But this weekend, just kind of everything went right. I got very few bad breaks.
Right.
Made a lot of right decisions, and it worked out.
And what was some of the stuff you were using?
I used the 3D offset in the first round. It really worked well. The second round, they were a little tighter for me, so I wanted something a little earlier. So I used the Storm High Road that basically has all the polish taken off of it.
Right.
Used that for the second and third round. This afternoon, I used the new Widow hybrid.
Okay.
So I needed something that was going to flip a little bit more in the back end. And then for the title match, went back to the fresh, so I went back to the high road.
Okay.
I was kind of caught in between that and the hybrid. But I ended up going with the high road only because it worked on the fresh before.
Okay.
And it works.
Yeah. I would say it did.
I'm a huge Hammer fan, but I've had this high road for probably 13 years now.
And it's like Linus with a blanket, right?
Exactly.
It's hard to let that go. Understood.
I forgot it was in my bag 2 weeks ago. I pulled out the South Jersey tournament 2 weekends ago.
Okay.
I forgot it was in my bag. I was like, oh, you know what? That ball's still there.
Yeah, it is. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And unfortunately, Pop wasn't here to see you do it, man.
I know
that because that's one of your that's your biggest fan, man.
Yes,
that's your biggest fan, man.
My father.
Your father is so proud of you, and that's awesome, man. That's absolutely awesome.
He comes 90% of the times I bowl. He writes down every score, every frame. He does nothing with it. He just writes them down. And if you go to his house, I can find stuff from junior leagues when I bowl.
Really?
He's still got the scores written down. Yep.
Wow.
But this weekend he didn't know.
Imagine how many records he got then, because it's like that's a bookshelf by itself.
I mean, he'll make his own little score sheet.
Really? And
then he'll get a piece of paper. He'll fold it in half. He gets his 10 frames. He writes it all down.
Wow.
And then what he'll do is he'll call me when I have a good day. He'll call me and say, "Hey, you averaged this for the day. You did that." So he enjoys it.
Yes.
When I told him the other day, I'm like, this is the Rhodman weekend. He was very upset because he committed to watch my sister's dog until Wednesday.
Wow.
So he's in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So I've been giving them updates.
Yeah.
But I'll get Bowl TV so we can watch it.
Yeah, it worked. Bowl TV coming to the rescue.
Yes. So we're done here because we can't make phone calls in this building.
Right.
But I will give him a call and let him know.
Yeah, we found out the hard way over there trying to do the Bowl TV that the reception in here is not the best.
No.
So
no, it's terrible.
But yeah, man. So we've been knowing each other for many years.
Yes.
We done had the highs and the lows up in this place
together. Yes.
And the one year, him and I think it was our last year in the regular, or maybe next to the last year in the regulars. You and I was tied for the last spot out the money.
Yes.
You remember our one pin?
Yes.
I did. I still remember that. So a lot of history with this guy right here, but I've always looked up to him because he has one of the best games on earth, number one. But his mental, man, I'm just gonna tell you in front of everybody, I'm proud of you on that, man.
I appreciate it.
Kudos to that, man, because I've seen you, rise to the occasion, man. And it takes mental to do that. We can have the good physical game, and I believe I'm one of those guys, but that mental and that it factor as they talk about it. You got it. And so congratulations on that. And you take advantage of it.
I appreciate it. And when you mentioned like the physical, like I've always admired your physical game.
Right.
Your balance is impeccable. And
Appreciate
I
it.
fall shots all the time.
Right.
And I've been the benefit of being around some really good bowlers I learned from.
Right.
In college, I was on the team. William Patterson had 3 bowlers of the year. I learned a lot because those guys were mentally tough all the time.
Right.
You know, I was an alternate on Team USA in '96.
Really?
I roomed with Chris Barnes.
Okay.
Learned a lot from him.
Right. Okay.
So, you know, college, I had Dave Carter, Chris Biley, Chris Soul, learned a lot from them. Then Team USA with Barnes and Fred Borden. And I used to have a really stretched span. I rolled the ball out a lot. And Mo Pinnell shortened my span.
We talked about Mo because Brandon Johnson used to do the R&D with him. All the shots. He was with me on the Bowl TV show. Talked about him. But go ahead.
When we were in the Olympic Training Center, you know, Fred was working with me, and he gave me some tips because my shoulders always fell forward, and no one ever told me how to stop it.
Okay.
And he just said, well, you're tall, you stand too far up on the approach, your first step is too long, so your last steps are choppy, your shoulders just fall forward automatically. He moved me back, shortened my first step, fixed that problem.
Wow.
It took him 30 seconds to fix the problem. Then he took me to the back, worked with Mo Pinnell, shortened my span. Then I was able to start getting around the ball, get some side roll.
Wow.
So it was really 5 minutes of coaching, but it changed a lifetime of bowling.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Like I said, I've just been around some really good people at the right times to give me a lot of help along the way. And you learn a lot by just watching.
Yes.
I remember when I was in school, I went to my first scratch tournament, and it was just to watch. It was the Andy Barapapa Classic in New York, and I saw some of the best bowlers I've ever seen.
Right.
I mean, it was phenomenal to watch how these guys made clutch shot after clutch shot,
Right.
and I knew I had a lot to learn.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And
yes.
just watching and learning. You know, as long as you're willing to learn,
Yes.
and you're around the right people,
Yes.
you can get better.
I've always say, I try to be a dry sponge, trying to soak up as much knowledge as I can, regardless of whether it's bowling, life, investments, anything.
Yep.
Just try to be a dry sponge, man, and that's how you get better, man. You can't. And then I also talk about, you know, making sure we surround ourselves with the right people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need no leeches.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? But I do need to be around people that I can learn from. You know, but they say if I'm the smartest one in the room, then I might need to leave that room.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a beautiful thing, man. But congratulations again to you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
And again, the years of training, the years of learning, the years of getting your head cracked, you're a champion.
I am.
Again.
I am.
At the Bill Rhodman Classic.
And I'll tell you, last year was a motivational thing because last year, you know, I know you and Stanley tied for the last the last cash spot. I was one spot behind you guys.
Yeah. Wow.
And I missed so many spares.
Yeah.
I had no one to blame but myself. So I said this year if I bowl bad, it won't be because I'm rusty or not prepared.
Right.
So I practiced more in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks than I have in a long time.
Okay.
Because I wanted to redeem last year.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
and
sir.
it paid off. I felt sharp the whole weekend. I missed like 2 spares. So
That's huge.
it
That's
is.
huge.
You have to fill frames.
Yes,
Right?
that's
You got to
it.
fill
Yes,
frames.
yes. Especially if you ain't striking.
And if this weekend you ain't striking, you was getting left behind.
Yeah, and that's this place has always been like that anyway. Bowl around, and we've always seen some strikes being put together in this place.
If you can get lined up and get your ball driving through the pins, because if not, weak 10s are very common here.
Yes.
But if you can get your ball driving through the pins, you can put up a score.
Yes. So back to the drawing board for me, but for you, what the kid they call this guy, the 2023 Senior Men's Bill Rhodman Classic champion.
Yep. So now,
Second time around.
Now, if I ever win the Super Seniors, I have all 3.
And the Reed Hawthorne.
No.
No?
Best finish there, I think, was like maybe 14th.
Okay.
My first year going. And I loved that tournament.
It's still opportunity.
Yeah, I loved that tournament. Only thing I didn't like about it was Cleveland in February.
Well, but you ain't got to worry about that. We was in Indy now.
Yes, I saw that.
We're in
Well,
Indy.
difference now is I have very active kids.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
So
you do.
if
Yeah,
they're
you do.
doing something,
Yeah.
I tend to be there and don't bowl as much because
You better.
if I'm bowling, they have an activity, all I'm doing is getting updates like
Right.
how's it going?
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mind's not focused.
Right, exactly.
So-
and then the reality is, you have a dad that did the same thing for you.
Exactly.
So you got to give back to them.
Exactly. I
You
don't
gotta
miss
pay it
much.
forward.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
I'm
That's
either
absolutely
soccer
awesome.
field, swimming pool. My daughter swims. My son does travel soccer, so that's where I'm at.
I feel you, man. Look, my daughter was in show choir. Dude, because it's my daughter. My daughter, I'm there.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So be a dad.
Yes.
Be a
Absolutely.
dad. Be there for your kids. They need you. And trust me, that's going to mean something for your legacy. Okay?
Yep.
So, that's your teaching moment for the day. But for now, we're going to sign out with the Senior Classic Men's Champion 2023, Bill Rhodman.
Thank you
William
very much.
Ripley.
Thank you, Ron.
Congratulations,
Appreciate it, man.
Good work, baby. Good
All right,
work.
thank you.
Family, we out. Love you.
See you later.